So, like I mentioned before, I'm going to do pre-shading on this. Was thinking of the two-tone colors, but it probably a little difficult to do pre-shading on one color for the gray to show through, and then the white to show through as well. I know there's not that many parts that needs to be masked off, but it depends on your point of view on how it's set up. Also, at first I'm thinking of getting Titan's Blue one, because I am completely out of it. I have to go to Gundam Planet to pick it up. However, I forgot that I did pick up all these Aqueous paints, these colors, so these should be okay with this. The blue, I like this blue, and I can do pre-shading on that. So we got the blue for that. For the black, we have this, but then here's the thing though, how do you pre-shade black? You don't. You give it what's called a highlight. So you apply the darker tone and using a much more lighter tone, like maybe gray, like this, but you water it down a bit, not water it down, more thin it down even further, and then give it a light pass a bit, then you give it a highlight of the black over it. That will be perfect for this. So I have this and this. Not to mention the fact that the gray will be for the weapon, for the railgun. I believe there's some detail parts here and there. The vent right there. I have the Aqueous deactivated white, which technically is white, and I'm going to be pre-shading all the... Alright, so the whites and the reds will be the ones that will show a lot of pre-shading. And when you I'm going to prime it regular gray, then using black primer and trying to make it nice and thin lines, trying to pre-shade the areas around the parts that I'm going to color, and then repainted the other colors. So we have the white colors, we have the red colors, obviously the blue colors, because we're going to be using a lighter tone of blue right here. Yellow, that's going to be I don't think we can do that. I've seen those who painted red and then yellow. That would be okay, but I think that will throw it off depending on how it's set up. That and I will have to figure it out. The red, I'm going to be using Char's red. This is a darker tone, almost near a russet color, so that will be good for that. Yellow, I have it over there, I didn't get to pull it out yet. Inner frame, well, I have a bunch of colors here, let me see. We have MS Gray Metallic, that could be one. Or we can use, well, they're basically the same thing, UG05. This one is UG09, which is gray semi-gloss, so it's a regular gray color tone. Yeah, we may end up using this one for the inner frame. I think it's just a pre-shading that I want to get. A nice pre-shading color tone, give it a little bit of weathering tone here and there. Yeah. See how that works. I mean, I've given the real grade and the Master Grade SD a nice shiny tone of color, but I like to dirty this guy up, show it that it's been battling all over the place. Because that freedom has been around all this time. I'd like to know how the next freedom is going to look like when the movie comes out. Because technically speaking, even though the freedom was kind of destroyed, a resurgence of the freedom would be great. Another version. Oh my God! Imagine a 3.0 freedom when it comes out in the theaters. Yes, everybody would go nuts. Well, But that being said, that's the idea. This is the paints I'm going to be using. I'm going to try out these Aqueous Colors and see how they look, and we'll go from there. So let's stop talking, and let's begin building Master Grade Freedom Gundam 2.0. With my recent rearrangement of my room, I kind of realized I kind of sacrificed a few things. More, I had an extra spacing, you could say, and I may have to move certain things around again. For starters, yeah, everything has to be shifted a bit more to the right a bit, because I can barely move things, especially with boxes like this with a lot of parts. Smaller kits is not a big issue, it's the bigger ones that's the problem. That and the fact that I'm thinking of removing or getting rid of this one completely, because as pretty as it is, I think I may have to remove it. Not to mention the fact that I'm actually thinking of buying a better, board on the, something to put on the wall to hang, things like that. Because a lot of people do that. I kind of don't want to do that because I kind of use this as my workspace / photo booth type setup. Once I get the room cleaned up and set up properly, I would like to give it a proper room tour. With the month of August just around the corner, I want to get not only this kit done, but the next kit of Freedom kits that I've been planning on working on, because there's a lot of other kits I want to build, Plus, once I'm done with the Freedoms, I now want to start working on some custom kits, some custom ideas. Mainly kits that I'll be hopefully ready for MosquitoCon next year, or any other hobby shows that will come down the pike. I have not heard of any GWC announcements for North America. It's definitely going to be, of course, online, and whether I'll make something and have it ready for that, I don't know. The one thing that I'm not going to be doing this year, and I might as well get this out of the way, I am not going to go to Comic-Con and Anime NYC this year at the same time. Oh, not at the same time, but I have to make a choice, either Anime NYC or Comic-Con. Well, I'm going to do Anime NYC. Comic-Con is too expensive, and, obviously a lot of things there that are neat to see, but I'm starting to get a little tired of it now. The last two shows, was good and all that stuff. I think last year was pretty good with the Guinness Book of World Records. That was nice, but I don't see myself doing it again for both shows. Just one should be fine. The only problem is if Bandai decides to say, hey, guess what? We're going to do GWC this time, and we're going to go to Comic-Con. Yay! And I was like, great. That's what I need. Okay, these are the gray parts. This is the light gray. This is the dark blue. This is the white. This is the white, so that goes there. Oh, and when I was on vacation, my Dominican Gunpla crew was asking me, am I going to do a live stream? I would like to. I haven't done a live stream since last year, but let's see. Let's see how how the year goes. Especially as the heat wave is going to start kicking us in the ass soon. So that's going to be white, gray, black, blue, and yellow and red. So I'm not going to be. Yeah, I'll put this away for miscellaneous. Okay. Let's put all these parts onto a tray. Nice. Alright, here are all the parts laid out on the trays. Here is the light blue, you could say like the blue, light blue. This is the darker blue, as you can see here, which are going to be painted black. All the charcoal parts here, all the white parts here, and clear parts, and then the red, the light gray, and the only yellow part there. And of course, the tray, the stand for this, which I may end up getting, if I feel like it, another stand, like an Action Base 1. Is it an Action Base 1 or Action Base 3? If I get the numbers right now, but the one that has the what do you call it? The octagonal type bases. I know that there is a Gundam Seed stand out there. Whether I want to buy it or not, I have no idea. But for now, I'll use that at this moment. I just want to glue it and then and remove the seam line and get that taken care of. Yeah. Everything, you just need to clean it up a bit, sand it down. Now this one has to go here, I believe, like that. Or was it the other way around? I think it's the other way around. Yeah, this one. I'm mentioning before about the pre-shading, and I said highlight it with a lighter tone, but I think I can maybe paint it black and get a navy blue and paint it inside. I don't know yet. Still thinking about it. We'll flesh it out because I want to make it look really nice. One of my favorite mobile suits, of course, of the series, and want to make it very nice. But for now, let me begin cleaning it up, and let me, I guess, build the legs, the waist, and the chest of the kit, of the inner frame. I know for the arms it's not going to be possible, and let me see what it looks like overall. So give me some time while I prepare the assembly for that. Alright, here is of course the inner frame of the Freedom Gundam 2.0, how it looks. It has a very good weight and it feels very stable. Also, it's very, very, very stiff. It has a very good posture and mobility for here in the chest area. Going back as far as you could see, and going as front as you could see, and whoops, didn't realize that was going. You can turn like that. The leg is okay at best. It's being held on by these by these connectors here. part for the back skirt. Obviously there's no side skirts here, just the rail guns. And the actual joint connecting from the waist unit to the leg is various parts, multi-tier. It's not like one part sticking, you know, not like two parts sticking out to the side or one on top of the other. You have to assemble like 3 parts per each side. 3? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. No, 4 parts each side and connect it together so it can hold into place. Which, in one aspect, it looks okay in one way, but the other way looks a little weird. And I think I know now. I know reason why. Where there's a third-party company where you can actually buy metal joints for this, for the arms and for the legs, and I guess for the backpack as well. But still, it is strong. And of course, here are the little dinky arms that will go there, because unfortunately, they couldn't think of making an inner frame arm for this kit. They did it with the 1.0, but not with the 2.0. Granted, I understand the actual overall size and look to it. They had to sacrifice a few things, but there's no inner frame for the shoulder plate, which kind of threw me off. All the white parts is there, and then there's a gray part that connects this here. Plus, there is a gray part connecting this, but it's being held on by 2 white parts that will stick on to this once you get in there. As if it wasn't for the fact that I really love the Freedom Gundam, that 2.0 needs to go back into the drawing board. Yeah, maybe this is what they wanted, but I'm not feeling it. I think I'm more feeling of the 1.0 than the 2.0. But 2.0 is everywhere, so you have to enjoy it where you can. I didn't put the face mask. I just put this on because it was held on like that. I do like the construction of this because supposedly this goes out further, extends out, which I kind of like. Waist is alright. The legs are, no, do this. There. Oh, and this is interesting. Now I had to put the blue one on, but if you pull this out, you can turn it like that. Now I see the reasons why many people do like this kit in one way. There you go. Stand on 1 foot. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Obviously there's a lot more great parts there. Some of the white parts I'm going to see if it could be assembled so I can paint it all in one shot, as well as the blue and the gray and the light gray. I gotta check the railgun. I think I can actually assemble them and paint it as one part. Just need to make sure it's cleaned up pretty well, and then we'll go from there. So let me continue cleaning up, and then we'll move on to the priming phase of this kit.